friends, it's Maura Laura again, and I have another art project for you that I think you're really going to like. It's about positive and negative spaces in art. We've been creating our own negative space in the last two projects using glue as a barrier, and that creates a negative space. But today we're going to do it a little bit differently. So I just came up with an example. One option to do is to look around your home for an object that has an interesting silhouette and draw an outline. Here I took a Windex bottle, which actually worked out really nicely because the Windex bottle is flat. So it was a little bit easier for me to draw a line all the way around it. And then I simply colored the space around the object in. So the white part is what's called the negative space, and the darkness part that you see is the positive space. Objects that would be really nice to use would be the Windex bottle, a coffee mug, you might have a starfish. Things that wouldn't really work very well would be like an apple or an orange. A banana would work nicely because that has a nice form, it has a nice silhouette, and it's very distinctive. A pair of scissors would look great, some keys, and I'm going to give you a couple options. So, first of all, one thing I know you all have are hands. So that's what we're going to work with today. So you're going to take a piece of paper and you're going to fold it in half. And then you're going to draw, just to separate it, let's draw like a frame around one side of the paper. And then do another frame. I'm going to pick a different color this time, around the other side. Great. I already took my pencil and laid my hand on the paper and traced around my hand. I'm going to just do that in crayon now so you can see it more clearly. It's so nice to be outside after those big rainstorms. Listening to the birds again. Although I do love the sound of rain. I'm going to trace both hands. Excellent. Now for the fun part. Go ahead and pick out several different colors. And pick out some reds and some pinks and some aqua, blues and greens. And I'm going to start making patterns. Now we've done a lot of patterns together, haven't we? Remember when we worked with the lines? There's zigzag lines. And there's wavy lines. Oh, I like these waves. I'm going to add another little color to it too. And this is the part where you can just relax and have fun creating all sorts of different patterns. You might want to use some straight lines. Those are horizontal straight lines. But you might want to add in some vertical lines. And I'm going to have my vertical lines, I think, radiate out to the edge. Like my hand has some sort of magic power. Oh, and here's my favorite color, for now at least, chartreuse. Although this Crayola chartreuse is not too bright, but I do love it. And I'm going to make circles within circles for my pattern. Do you notice that I'm not making a pattern inside the hand? That's going to be my negative space. And when you're making your patterns, you can also make patterns of color. I'm alternating between the brown. See how I sandwiched my blue with brown? And now I'm going to sandwich the brown with an aqua color. And I'm going to make some more horizontal lines. Have you ever been to the beach and someone said, look at the horizon? That's where the word horizontal comes from. Looking out at the ocean, at the horizon, or you could be looking at the horizon out on a field, or out at the park even. So I'm creating a nice space here of lines and patterns. Ooh, I know one that you guys like. You like spiral lines, spiral shapes. And loop-de-loops. See how much fun that can be? I'm going to do some loop-de-loops down here too. Excellent. And now I'm going to do just the opposite on the other side. I'm going to pull out some more colors though. Ooh, check out this beautiful orange. Now I'm only going to make my patterns inside my hand. There's my big orange loop-de-loops. I think I might go all the way around with my loop-de-loop. And let's see. Oh, and spirals. I want some spirals, big spirals. Kind of like a snail inside my hand. You could even think of like, you could fill it up with numbers. That could be a pattern. See how I connected 5, 4, and 3 all together, and it kind of looks like a pattern. And here's a big fat 2. And oh, I think I need some squares on their side, making little diamond shapes. So you really can have a lot of, oh, here's my diagonal lines. You can have so much fun just making different patterns. There's so many possibilities with patterns. I'm going to do my V's or my W's, my zigzags. I also think of Charlie Brown. Do you know who Charlie Brown is? He has a big zigzag line across his t-shirt. I love Charlie Brown. And let's see. And you can even create patterns just with lines. So I'm doing horizontal, then vertical, then I'm on top of the vertical, I'm doing 2 horizontal, and I just rotate back and forth. Vertical, horizontal, horizontal, vertical, all the way up my fingers. Here we go. And the negative space is the white space. But to just make it a little bit more fun, I'm going to show you what you could do with a little bit of watercolor and a paintbrush. I'm going to, I think I'm going to use kind of a, I'm going to use green. I love green. Love the green out in nature. And look what happens. You don't want to get it into the negative space. You want to paint just the pattern all the way around. Now my paint might drip a little bit because I'm holding my board up so that you can see it. But isn't that looking pretty with the pattern and the watercolor paint on top of it? I hope you guys had a nice spring break. I did. I took lots of nice hikes with my family. We saw lots of turtles out in ponds. And I've really been noticing a lot of butterflies this spring. I planted some tomatoes and the monarch butterflies seem to be in love with my tomato plants. And the fun thing about this project is you can do so many shapes, as we talked about earlier. The spray bottle was a cool shape, the starfish. Ooh, I wonder if you could do like a fork, knife, and a spoon. Do kind of a kitchen theme. Sometimes thinking about themes help you come up with ideas. I'm almost done with this side. Excellent. And now, just to give you guys a sense, I'm going to do the other side real fast. But this time, I'm painting inside the hand where the pattern is. And that's my positive space. It's just the opposite on the other side of the paper. The positive space is around the hand. Where would you see positive and negative shapes when you're outside? I think one of the places that are most striking that you might find it just out and about is maybe when you're taking a walk at night with your mom and dad, and it's nice and dark outside, and you see the moon, and you see sky and then the silhouette of a tree. That would be one space. You might find positive and negative space. So there we have it. And just to let you know also, there's so many ways to do this project. And if you don't have white paper, that's okay. You could take out a magazine. They have you just aim the camera down this way for just a second. You could take out a magazine and a Sharpie, if your mom and dad allow you to use the Sharpie, and take your shape. For this experiment, I'm going to use my starfish, and then you could start to color the positive space. around the starfish. You could also use an old page from an old book or a newspaper and trace your hand, pull out your chalk, and create the same project using just chalk and paper. So there we have it. I hope you enjoy it. Positive and negative. Remember, the negative is the white space. Here's the negative here, and the negative is on this side. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great time at home with your parents, and I miss you all, and I can't wait to see you. And I hope you enjoy this project. Don't forget to send me a picture. Thanks. Bye.